We've got a fun day today. I'm already seeing some Smiles fam join in. Hello, Lauren. Welcome. Duh. All right, we'll let everyone trickle in here.
Greetings, everybody.
Brother
How's my
Luke.
voice? Yeah, man. I'm adjusting my voice so it sounded more happy, you know. We need to be happy, bullish as always.
Is is this not your real voice? Is it not usually this sexy?
Uh, Gee whiz, I hope, man. I hope this is my original voice. No, hold on. All right, testing. How do you guys doing right now?
Testing.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Pebre.
Hey,
How
good
are
morning,
you?
Pebre. Pebre, are you already team Doodles? Have you forgotten about us superlatives already?
Oh no, 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 never. I'm a superlative for sure.
Superlative for
I
life,
know
baby.
Pebre is hustling.
Of
Pebre is
course.
hustling. Pebre is hustling for sure.
I'm promoting superlatives everywhere. I mean, I changed my PFP just recently. But yeah,
We love it, brother. Doodles are an incredible community. I see we have a couple repping here.
Yep,
yes, definitely. And
definitely mooning.
yes, so how's everyone on this Sunday? I mean, here at this side of the world is Sunday. Look, for you is Monday already?
Nah, it's 2 minutes from Monday. So it's hold on. It's 1 hour, 2 minutes to Monday. It's 22:59 here.
Oh, paint us a word
Night
picture, brother.
owl.
What are night times like in Indonesia?
The usual 24 hour. I mean, what do you mean by that?
Is it is the weather nice? Is there a cool breeze?
Ah, I
Do you guys
see. It's always
get the
cloudy
light?
here. Nah, not much light, not much stars. It's all cloudy.
That is
Yeah,
that
it's
is a little sad.
unfortunate. You know, in my flight announcement when I was when I usually when I'm on my flight, it's usually like this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the weather is reported cloudy, and there will be slight turbulence along the way. So you want to buckle up? No, I'm just kidding. I said like, hope you have an you hope I way well. I hope you have enjoy your flight. No, I'm getting nervous here. Oh my God.
What are you nervous about, brother? You fly planes for a living.
Yeah,
You're
man.
in charge of people's lives on a day-to-day basis. Twitter
I
Spaces is
know.
just
Well, Twitter
another
Space is different.
Sunday for you.
Uh, yeah, I'm getting used to it
You're coming off sexy. You know what we need is Prostimon's jokes. I think people are asking for a stand-up, and Netflix
for
should do a
sure.
special soon. Okay, we've got more people piling in. Hello, welcome. Thank you for sharing your Sundays with us. I see Giovanni in the audience. If we can bring him up, Joe Andy and KMC. I see the
So
smile
Luke, I learned something
seems.
today. I learned that Bali has basically two seasons. You got your wet season and your dry season.
Yeah,
Is
but
that
most
true?
of it are, yeah, true. But most of it are wet seasons right now. I mean, these couple of years. So yeah, we get flooded everywhere. Like I said, my announcement will be, well, okay, I'm gonna. It's been a while, so yeah, the weather is cloudy. Ground visibility is about 1 kilometers, and it's reported rain on the airport. Thank you for flying with your the Indonesia member of Sky Team. You know, yeah, it's weird. And then there's an additional COVID announcement, like to stop the spread of COVID-19, we urge you to stick with health protocols, wear your mask at all times. That means you prove yourself to be concerned and care of others. Keep your social distancing and always wash your hands. Thank you. That's my additional announcement.
We should have a
Is it?
similar announcement for you to do for our Twitter Spaces.
you should add the state superlative every time that you say that.
Keep all AirPods in your ear at all times during the spaces. Hello, we've got Gio and we've got Wahid joining us. Can you fellas hear us?
Yes,
Yes,
good morning,
yes.
everyone.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Oh, bro, we're doing superlative. How we feeling today?
Good, good. I actually got some good rest. Sun is shining, so good energy, you know?
Let's go. Where are you joining us from? Are you in Miami? Are you in New York?
Nah, I'm in Minnesota right now. Back home.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't
Out
know
of
you're
all
from
places.
Minnesota, bro.
Shout out
Yeah,
from Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a little cold here. Miami, not so much.
I love that. So when you came up with the vision for Smiles, you mentioned to me that you were in New York. Were you studying in New York and you were always from Minnesota?
No, actually, the thing is, I went to New York for the first time. Maybe last week was actually the first time I went to New York. I've always wanted to go, but the original Smiles Genesis piece was actually inspired by like New York and the culture and all that stuff. But it was always something that I loved, even from the outside. You know, even when I was back home, and that was kind of the whole. So the funny thing is, when I went to New York, I was walking down the street and like being able to see this like kind of the street that I kind of saw in my piece there, and like it felt good to know that my piece was there before I was. You know what I mean? Kind of like in the virtual sense. So
I
it was a
love
really
that.
really good experience.
That's amazing. Wahid, I want to introduce you to my team. I know we formally met in Complex Con during the hurricane of a weekend that was for y'all and Geo as well. And we've got Queso and Prebre here who help run the Superlative with us, as well as Luke, who is basically the head. Wanted to make the introduction.
Hello.
Thank you. Hey.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thanks for being here, man.
Thank you for having us. No, I'm super excited. It's a good way to start off the Sunday. You know, get energy, good vibes.
Yes,
For sure, for
sir.
sure.
Yes, sir.
Especially it's
Okay.
closing to holidays, right?
Yeah, we're in that Christmas spirit, Luke. They're throwing Christmas
Yep,
things everywhere
definitely.
now, you know?
We're
They already
finishing
got the
our
transition going.
yeah, transitioning to Cyber Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, what a vibe. Um, we're looking to get World of Women up here as well, but I figure this could be a good time to start. You know, maybe we start with introductions. Gio, Wahid, you can tell us, y'all can introduce yourselves. Stage is yours, and tell us how Smiles came about. I think this is like a really great way to sort of start with like an origin story. I think a lot of our audience, is really in tune with projects that are similar in not just vibe, but sort of like artistic integrity. And I think what y'all have done for the past couple of months leading up to your public sale has been nothing short of superlative. And we've been taking note. So, first of all, big congratulations to you in selling out and the art coming out and being absolutely incredible. We also love the art. And would love to give you the stage and give a nice little introduction for the superlative fan, if you can.
Yeah, first of all, thank you for that intro, man. Yeah, like Smilesverse kind of came, like the whole idea came initially about 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago. I was doing my one-on-ones before then, and it was all the whole thing where like certain people were priced out just due to, like even though the piece is starting at 0.1, usually 0.1 ETH, it would reach certain levels that I feel like it would cut a lot of the community out. And Gio was there from the get go when I even did my first ever NFT drop, and he was just always helping. We met on Clubhouse, and this man was nothing but like a friend, and then continued and supporting. And he would help me with how to mint my pieces at the beginning when I didn't know, to just like whenever I needed any kind of like suggestion stuff, he would be the person I would run to, and just good energy from him. Always just helping and just being him. And I realize how hard it is to find people like that just do goodness from the bottom of their heart without any like agenda or anything attached to it. And Jill was one of those people. And then we got to talking. I went on a little trip to LA. And then when I came back, I was like, okay, now I have my little rest. Now I want to do something where how do I. And I also was seeing the whole talk about, certain. this was around the time when any NFT project that was touching the floor was like just exploding and selling, in like seconds. And I was like, there's just something that I felt was off, because people are always kind of separating collectibles and one-on-ones, and it's always seemed to be like whenever I would look at collectibles with my artistic eyes, people are like, oh, that's not the point. You're supposed to look at the utility. I'm like, well, I don't think it needs to be one or the other. You could have good art and have utility attached. I don't understand why that gets dismissed so quickly. And for me, it was hard for me to not look at something with artistic eyes. So I was like, okay, how do I make my work accessible in that form, but keep the same level of quality. So it was me, Gio, and we had talked with some other people that were like, oh, Wahid, if you do your collectible with, because me and Gio were like, no, we want to do high quality, right? I don't know how we're gonna do it. I don't know what the idea is, but we're gonna want to do something like that and expand it. But there were certain people that were like, if you do it with this kind of quality and the time you take, this won't come out for another 3 years. Like, you need to do something simpler and all that. And I was just like, I don't know, like that doesn't feel right. Like, I need to do it on my own terms. And um, I had presented a certain level of quality through my works that I felt like if I didn't do my one-on-ones, I would be doing everyone an injustice and myself. Like, I take my time with my one-on-ones, and I was like, if I needed to take time with this, I would do it, but I needed to do it right. And so me and Gio came together. We came up with Smiles first, and we started working. And I thought, I'm gonna be honest, I don't give myself enough grace period. So I was like, oh, it should be done in a month. And it was supposed to come out late September. I remember one thing I learned is don't put out trailers or something you're not 95% done, because I put a little trailer out. I hadn't even fully started. I'm like, oh, I don't know if people like it. And then a lot of people drew to that and was like, oh, when is it coming out? And late September came around. I couldn't get it done. I had a lot of work to do, and it get pushed to early October and then mid October. And it was just like almost like 3 months of just a lot of work being put in and working on it. And towards the end, it got to a point where I'm like, okay, I have all these files ready, but now how do we render it? So there was just a bunch of obstacles of like doing 3D figurines with this like quality, because there was nobody I could look to in a sense. And there are at times gatekeeping, and for me, it was just like learning something as I went. And at times I was like, did I like accept the challenge that I wasn't fully ready for? Because there was certain stuff that I was thinking, I'm like, I don't know how to pass this obstacle, with 3D and all. But I figured it out. And then on the other side, Gio was not only like a little therapist for me when I was going through those ups and downs in 3 months, but he was bodying it on the, I guess everything that, I mean, even with the art, he helped me a lot. But like everything that wasn't the art, he handled that part. So I'll let Gio kind of take it from there and kind of talk about how the other side looked.
Well, first, it's funny because you said we came up with this about like 3 months ago, but that just goes to show how fast that we move in this space, because it was really like 5 months ago, which is crazy. It's been a long road to get here, but it's been an exciting one to say the least. But thanks everyone again for having us here. Why, thanks for the little intro there, and Mitch, appreciate you, man. But yeah, it was from my side. Just so everyone, I'm give a quick brief background. I'm coming from the startup world myself, so it was really interesting for me to get into this space and especially be a part of this with Wahid, because I'm coming from Web 2 technology, right, where I haven't necessarily seen how technology and art blend worlds. So being next to Wahid, it was really interesting to just see how the two worlds combine, and it creates something just as beautiful as when he does it himself with from the bottom, no tech involved, just him creating. So it's been awesome to be a part of, and just happy to be here. And everyone that's got us to this point has been absolutely amazing. I'm just super blessed to kind of be in this opportunity and be up here with all y'all and have people in the audience here come to support us. But it's been a long ride, but I'm just happy that we're kind of getting to the next phase and just preparing for growth.
Damn, y'all are giving me chills right now. I think the fact that the way that you two speak about each other says volumes about your character. Because I think a lot of the sort of the hype and publicities for these NFT projects are generally focused on the artist, but a lot of us don't really get to see how the sausage is made. A lot of us don't get to see really what components are involved in as far as like putting an all-star team together. And the fact of the matter is you could have like an incredible artist, but if the right cast or the right, founders or resources and help isn't available, then it's like a lack of oxygen to the flame. I'm really curious, you two, like how did y'all two meet? What was that like? Like what I can imagine you guys vibed on the same frequency right away. Like, was there a sort of like creative spark there? And then how did you guys end up building the team out further, the Smiles First team out further to where you guys are today? I'm very
Yeah,
curious.
and I will say, I mean, it seems like Wahid and Gio, you met like a while ago, or you met in the NFT space.
Yeah, so we actually met probably back now in January, I believe, Wahid. But Mitch, through a mutual friend, we got a mutual friend here, Julian. We actually hosted a room for Wahid back in January when he was like just getting started, and we were just curious about his story. And then, energy that he gives off like that, it attracts a lot of people to come his way. So, and also especially in this space, there's a lot of people because we get used to people being anonymous, right? So you don't necessarily understand people's ethics and kind of their background, but you could just feel the vibe of Wahid's energy in any room that he steps into, and just how authentic and genuine he is. And that's the type of people that I like to surround myself with, and I get super attracted to that. So after we got off that clubhouse room, the conversation just kept happening, and I was just helping him any way I can. And now he's a brother to me.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Julian Dory, by the way. His podcast Trend of Fire
Shout out.
is his fire, and Julian, he does a great job putting brilliant minds together, and that we love to hear that. And as far as origin stories go, that's a beautiful one. I think we've got another one to share. World of Women, welcome. I'm gonna assume you are BBA.
Yeah, hi everybody. Yeah, I'm BBA. I'm representing the team, the World of Women team, that is currently in Miami, and we'll have a few events this week. One of them being having a booth at the Central Con, and we also later we have our own party in Miami. But yeah, here I am, and
I love it.
I listened to All Smiles story, and it's we have quite some similarities with our story, and in the fact that Yam Karkai, who is the artist behind the World of Women, started doing one-ones a few months ago, and she noticed that women were really underrepresented in the NFT space, and yeah, she decided to find a way to bring more visibility, and building a collection of collectibles. Why was what she chose, and we as a team helped her achieve this vision.
I love that, brother. And thank you for joining. I think, I can definitely make an introduction for you. BBA.eth is one of the founders of World of Women. He's using the World of Women account, and the main artist, Yam, it doesn't look like she's in here, but to your point, brother, Yam had a tweet very recently. She goes, I want to make a wish that this NFT world will become a place where everyone has the same chance to succeed regardless of who they are, their gender, ethnicity, and social background. She said, I really want to see more women and minorities amongst the top earners. Gonna let this manifest. So I think what you just said there and what Yam has most tweeted recently is definitely like on par with the mission. So happy to have you. I want to shoot this over back to Wahid, because when we had talked at Complex Con, I don't know if you remember, but you basically had me and like my boys almost in tears. You were telling us about, wanting to buy your mother a home, what this like success means for you as an artist. Um, but more so, even how like the Smiles verse, how the first one came about. Are you like willing to share that story?
Yeah. Like I said, this project had very little. I always say this, like my one-on-ones when I was doing it, from my genesis to up leading up way like Act 6, right before the project dropped. They were surrounded by like it was there was always this like overall guilty feeling of like, yeah, the sales are going up, but I was sitting here like watching my brother still work two jobs, and we're from Afghanistan, so there's a sense of pridefulness that comes, and it's like it's hard, whether he says it or not. It's gonna be hard for my brother that like went to school and went to college in 4 years, and now like I'm at 21 doing, and it's like at the same time, uh, it was that side for me of like like how do I do something that will change his life at the same time and my mom's and all that. And I was working on the whole when the original All Smiles piece came was um, this was when I had done the Pusheisty cover. I think around December is when I got commissioned. This was way before I knew about NFTs and all that. And there was just this whole thing of like art, being a full-time artist was still like a dream that was far fetched. I was just working at school, and part-time I would just like make art here and there, but 3D took a lot of time, so it would always sometimes be this sense of like you're spending so many hours on this thing, and like you should be doing something that actually pays you, you know what I mean? And I was doing commissions, but they were so far in between because like what I was thinking, what the time I put into my work cost, people wouldn't see that, and they were like, they wanted like these elaborate covers for $50, and I'm like, bro, that I couldn't do that, not with time and the thing I put in. But I did the Pusheisty cover. That that when that blew up, I was like, that was like almost like a small wake up call, because me and my brother sat there and were like, I can't believe what just happened. You know what I mean? Like the album like went #1 on Apple Music, and it was like my artwork was out there. Like this was the first time I had my artwork out there. Beyond like I felt like an inner circle on Instagram or whatever. And then right before I actually released my Genesis, I had Supreme hit me up, and when we were talking about like I was talking to Supreme, they told me, oh, like we want you to go for a specific style. We want like a street inspired piece, but they didn't give me a lot of like restrictions, right? They were like, do whatever you got to do, which felt like I was doing my own piece. It didn't feel like a commission. I spent like 24 hours, made a piece that I truly loved. Like, was my best piece I've ever created at that time. Send it to them, and they got back to me the next day. They're like, "Oh, we really like this, but we want to go another different direction." And it hurt because I thought I got everything right. I remember when I sent it to them, I'm like, there was no way they're gonna say no to this. Like, this is it, because it was like it was all my inspirations that I loved and all that stuff, and like growing up in high school, like in Supreme and all that, and putting it all there, and they didn't like it. And I'm like, okay, so I put that to the side, started a new piece, created what became now the cover for like the design on the shirt, and I truly loved it. But it was a little different feeling than I did for like the original one. And that shirt, that second design got approved, and the first design, it was the first time I had a design, and I was like sitting on it, and like it's like I I don't know how I feel because I love this piece, but I'm like, now what do I do? And I turn around and I was like, I'm gonna use this as my first piece, my NFT, and that became the original All Smiles piece. And as I look back now, what seemed like a disappointment at that time, where like I put so much effort into a piece that I wanted to be on Supreme because I felt like it was my story, kind of on a shirt, turned around and ended up being disapproved. But like I don't think there was a no better way to start my like I think my NFT journey in a sense in this new space with that. And then from that, I kind of went on to creating all the pieces that kind of reflected that. But yeah, it was a testament to like one door closed, another one opens, and it, just the past 6-7 months has just been a series of things not going my way, and then me being frustrated. But then when I look back at it in a larger sense, it just opened up other doors, So at that time, I was very frustrated, which is that's kind of the whole all smiles thing came to be, the ups and downs of journey, but kind of being like, it is what it is, smiling, keep it pushing through it. And that's kind of how this was, where I was extremely excited for that to be accepted, and it didn't. And then I put it up as NFT, and my journey started. So it was like, it was a blessing in disguise, it really was.
No, that's an amazing story, bro. The fact that Supreme turned it down and you went and found an amazing team to support you, and over months you built an insanely passionate community. To then go and launch a massive, basically a 10K project. I'm gonna round up here, maybe 9K for rounding up, but it's no short. It's no short of an incredible feat, bro. And when I heard that story, I was like, let's fucking go, right, Luke? What do we like to say in our Discord? Let's fucking go. So that's that was so hyped to hear, and I think you'd be hyped too. Like, there's a lot of similarities with Yam and with you, Wahid, as well, with our artist Witjk, who created the Superlative Secret Society. He was dropping pieces on like one of ones on Hani. He was dropping one of ones on OpenSea, and as an artist from Indonesia that you know had exposure to a brand new market, I think that NFTs in general like give artists that sense of connection and accessibility. Luke, can you speak on that a little bit about what it was like for Witch and like what your perspective was like
Yeah,
building this whole thing?
it is life changing for Wish the artist, which is unfortunately he couldn't. Oh, he's here! Oh my goodness!
He's
Yeah,
here.
yeah, it's a life changing experience. So yeah, maybe he wants to. Yeah, is it full? Yeah, the room is full, right? So yeah, on his behalf, it is a life changing experience because it's been really hard for Indonesian artists to get exposure, especially for overseas and to reach many foreigners outside of Indonesia. Because what's happening in Indonesia for these past years is social media instead of pure art, with canvas and all. So yeah, before NFT, which was working for media company to make advertisement, and also he's been doing animated video clip also for Indonesian artists. It's on YouTube, and yeah, it is less exposure, but up till Prasdiman reached out to him and fell in love with the art that which have, and he said, "Hey, let's make an NFT collectibles." At that time, he's not familiar with collectibles, and then Prasdiman told which that we could make, I mean, superlative, Pras could make some superlative project which consists of the artist, then initiator, and then he got the bot for the back end programming, and got goddamn NFT for merchandising. And he said, "Yeah, let's assemble a team and call it Superlative Secret Society," and the rest is history. But before that, it was like maybe 180 degrees life changing, if I may say so.
Yeah,
Yeah, there you go. That's which.
yeah. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry, I'm late for joining this space. Yeah, I got barely back to my home from Bali, and yeah, I think you great to tell the story. Look, with superlative. So yeah, please continue.
Bro, Witch, thanks for joining, by the way, brother. No, you've been running around. I know it's nearly 1 a.m. there in Indonesia. Can you
Yeah.
tell us, bro, how long have you been making superlative style characters? I feel like it flows out of you, you know?
Yeah, basically, the superlative character itself is it's just my main doodles. Yeah, that's I always drawing since college in 27 when I'm first semester, I think. Yeah, and then until now, but it just only my hobby that I'm just posting in my social media, and then it just I get the likes and yeah,
In total berapa lama tuh katanya? In total.
almost 10 years, I think. It's almost 10 years I am doodling about the character that I never think about it. Yeah, so it
Wow.
just
I love
completely a
that.
doodles. Yeah, it just
I
completely a
love that.
doodles.
Yeah. So basically, all the 11,110 characters are basically a 10 years doodles in the making, but it does not have an exposure to be to surface. That's for sure. Up until NFT, and then boom, it goes to surface, and well, everybody loves the art and like the art. We like the art.
Yeah. Look, I'm always think that uh, I don't have any talent to draw some great piece artwork, but yeah, I'm doing my draw just for myself. Yeah, just like the daily doodles that when I feel that I'm bored with my work, I'm bored with my daily working office, and then yeah, I put the scratch in my sketchbook and then a doodling, just as simple like that.
Sure. You're painting the world now. Your paintings are in North Mexico, if you know it already, and also in Amsterdam. Streets of Amsterdam are full with superlative speaker as we speak right now.
Thanks to you, to you, Luke and Mitch and everybody that
You paint the world, man.
that support superlative. Yeah, I can I can't be anything like this without you guys.
Thanks for the art, life-changing art for
Bro,
sure.
it's only the beginning. And I think that's the whole sentiment. Like, which you're so humble, bro. Like, your art gives me chills every time I see it. I mean, it's connected more than 5,800 unique owners of it, over 10K collection. I don't think that's anything that's something so marvelous to be proud of. And it's really only the beginning. Thank you for the art. As Lukeman said, we like the art a lot. And perhaps we can jump into, before we get into like the Q&A. I know we've got a couple requested. We definitely want to get those questions out there. Just a couple of updates for the Superlative Secret Society family tuning in right now. I know that we have been mentioning the launch of the Superlative DAO, which will be our sort of not totally decentralized, but it will be a centralized process for which we will make proposals to the community. And if you are a holder of one SSS, you get one vote. If you hold five SSSs, you get 5 votes. And we will be setting that up. The timeline for that is December 7th. So by December 7th, we will have the DAO up and running. And the first proposal will be when Repus. So Arif, your apprentice has been in our Discord, sort of teasing the when Repus graphic. If you don't know, Repus will be the upcoming collection that, within the lore, is basically the main enemy of Superlative Secret Society. We will be dishing out that lore in a variety of creative ways, so stay tuned for that. I think holders will be very excited to see that. And we will give everyone a heads up. So do not worry. When Repus will be a vote. It's not anytime soon. There's no self drops. So you don't need to worry about that. And which you're also shooting a documentary. I believe we started this Monday. The gallery looks great too. Thank you for posting. And yeah. Do you have any updates there, bro? How's the documentary going? You guys good?
All's good. The process is run smoothly, and then yeah, we already done take a couple of shots in gallery in Uluwatu, I think. Yeah, and then it will be finished in 2 weeks from now, I think.
I love that. Boys, by the way, Wahid, Geo, BBA, if y'all are interested, we have a physical gallery opening in Bali, and that that gallery will be opening in the new year, sometime specific date. Y'all are more than welcome to come join the opening party.
Yeah.
I'd love to. Just
Let's
want to
go.
say that we are big fans of Superlative Secret Society and All Smiles as well in the World of Women team, and we love how you guys bring the NFTs in the physical world, and yeah, the gallery looks absolutely amazing. And this is also something we are aiming to do with World of Women, is really try to bridge the gap between the digital art world and the physical world. And yeah, a physical gallery is an amazing way of doing so.
Thank you, Sam.
But yeah, and also yeah, it's quite crazy how the stories are similar, because for us, for Yam as well, the World of Women experience has really been life changing. One day you start, you do ones and you have a few collectors, and the day after you have thousands of collectors, and then you are responsible for a huge community, and we are so positive. They love what you do, and it's really humbling to be supported by such huge communities. And also something we try to do at World of Women is also to help other artists, other one artists getting exposure. And we heard some amazing stories of people who got some exposures through the World of Women Fund, and it's been also life changing for some of them. And it's really an honor to be able to collaborate with amazing artists like we did with you, Arif, for the collab last month.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the opportunity, bro. Yeah, it really. I'm so excited for the previous piece that World of Woman gives to me, and then I don't know what should I do with the piece, so I'm just give to my wife if you don't mind.
It's all good. Yeah, it was an amazing piece.
Yeah.
We really love to. I believe it's really amazing when two artists collaborate together to build to create something unique that mix both universe, and we've seen that a lot with the NFTs.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
It's an amazing piece for sure, and an amazing present for amazing person. So it's diamonds.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I love that you like both Smiles First and World of Women. You guys are looking at ways to sort of reward your holders. World of Women, can y'all speak on this like collaboration you guys did with Witch? I think a lot of our audience was so like surprised and also blown away by the collaboration that you guys had. I don't think a lot of us even knew it was coming. Can you tell us more about what that process was like collaborating with Witch, and then also what it's like collaborating with other artists to bring value to World of Women holders, and how you guys are looking for the future?
Yeah, sure. We really believe art itself is a utility. For sure, we are building other ways to bring values to our holders, like giving them access to pre-sales for the collections, or for example, this week we have some events in Miami, and we give holders tickets so they can join those events for free. And we have multiple actions aiming at giving at building value for holders. But one of the first thing that we wanted to do is really bridge the gap between the PFP collectible space, which is generally profile pictures that you put on your Twitter account. But we wanted those holders, this community to also discover other artists, one artist. So what we did since the launch, every month we collaborate with artists from very diverse origin and a very diverse style, and there's it's quite free. But what we have in World of Women is that we have a different type of planet. So the women come from a different planet, and so the artists we collaborate with just have to create a collaboration based on those planets, and then what we do, we airdrop those the resulting piece to holders based on the World of Women tokens they own. And so far we collaborate with more than 30 artists, and so every month WoW holders receive those amazing airdrops from tons of talented artists.
I love that. I think you guys are doing something really incredible with your platform. I know Witjk has been doing collabs left and right, and you're also providing value for your holders in not just more NFT art and amazing collaborations, but also in-person events. I think that's something that, Luke, maybe we can mention.
Yeah,
We're very
definitely.
excited to be hosting those as well, right?
Definitely looking up for that. Yeah, we're definitely looking up for that.
Yeah, and we have a lot of other plans that I cannot reveal just yet, but we currently have a game going on based on a galaxy of women, which is basically the next evolution of the World of Women project.
Oh, is that some alpha?
Wow.
And so we are expecting to give some detailed information later next week.
Sounds to me it's a lot of homework.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm smelling a Wahid Smiles versus World of Women collab, by the way. I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm going to speak it into existence. Boom, mic drop.
Would love to.
I love it. What's really dope, too, is if you are a Smiles versus holder, you can go to the website right now and claim an NFT of that super sexy graphic that was the placeholder for Smiles before reveal, done by Verified. Is that correct?
He's in the audience. Yep.
Yeah, shout out
that's
Verified.
No, Verified body that. I was looking at it in mind blown. As someone that I don't have a lot of knowledge about movement and all in 3D, but Verified just knocked it out of the park.
Also, too, it's a big thing for Wahid is his attention to detail, and that's kind of what everyone falls in love with. You can zoom in all the way and see all these cool textures and different Easter eggs, but it's really cool because, I see the same shit in Verified. He pays extreme attention to detail, and just even in the animation alone, he dropped his own Easter eggs in the scene built on top of Wahid's scene. So it's just he's killing it. So shout out to Verified.
Dude, you guys are killing it. I mean, come on, you guys on Jimmy Fallon, dude.
Bro, and what's crazy is they were on Jimmy 7 months ago. And now Jimmy is joining the NFT space. So you could say, where he was a trendsetter.
Exactly.
All right. So, yeah, I think this is a great time to sort of share the space. Coming into 42 minutes into the spaces, I want to respect everyone's Sundays. If you have a question for either the Superlative team, the Smiles team, or the World of Women representative with BBA, you can please go ahead and request. We'll start to bring people up. Luke, Arif, Queso, Pebre, before we open the floodgates, did you all have anything to add?
Mines are stay superlative and always love the art, and let's unite NFT space and yeah, infinity and beyond.
From my end, just amazed with the stories from World of Women and Smiles. I think that's incredible that you can assemble a team and so and so little, like they were saying like 3 months or something, and the project is amazing, and also World of Women, and with all this initiatives that you have behind the narratives, amazing. Just succeed for everyone and stay superlatives.
Yeah, for me, I just want to say I love the energy in there. What you are doing at Superlative Secret Society on All Smiles is really inspiring, and we are really honored to be part of this movement, this NFT movement, and we are super excited for the future.
I think, kind of going off that of just so many different kind of art and different movements all being able to exist under like one umbrella. It's so beautiful to see everybody kind of doing their own thing, but having kind of the love for the art, but also just building a community and all that. And I feel like just all of us kind of taking the space on together, and all of us being so kind of learning. I think just show the beauty of it, and and helping one another, because like I said, everyone is learning as we go, and there's no one that's been doing this for like 10 years plus, you know what I mean? And experience is just something that we kind of all have to learn, and it's beautiful to see all of us come together and share our stories and inspire one another. So I appreciate everyone coming here, and like for supportive for having us here, because this was amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone. It's been awesome to share the stage with everyone who shares similar passions, and kind of I catch the tone. I said it before, but like a big thing with us is authenticity, and I kind of feel it from everyone on stage here and these other projects as well. So it's just awesome to be on stage with y'all and kind of pushing this space forward together, because at the end of the day, we can do it. It's you can do it alone, but if you want to do it fast and build something beautiful, you got to do it together.
Retweet.
Yeah.
It's not really, man. I'm getting the feels right now, but for sure, everybody is invited to Superlative Secret Society Gallery on Bali. Address will be on our Twitter, and also we got two gallery. The one is permanent one, which is in progress of building, and the one is the temporary one, which is gonna be opening really, really soon. It's on Legian region, so everybody's are invited. Any NFT projects are invited to open up their spaces in our gallery. So yeah, hook us up. We're open for everyone in the world.
That sounds amazing. I'm moving to Bali, right? I'm gonna stay on the gallery. I can serve coffee. I can serve the floor.
I can help Pebre. I can open the doors. I'm very good at opening doors, guys.
I can be a barista if you need one.
Oh, there we go.
Oh
Yes, definitely. So I have one question for our guests here. So, what's your opinion about the? I mean, before we open for public, what's your opinion about the bear market? that we have been experienced a little bit the few months. And so probably, I don't know if Theo or Word of Woman or anyone, Wahid, you can speak of. And
Yeah,
Share some strategy, maybe.
maybe I can answer, but I don't have a definitive answer. But I'm not sure it's a bear market, to be honest, because what we have to keep in mind is that before that, the growth of the market was really was quite crazy, and maybe too fast, too crazy, and so maybe that's just a correction. But it's obvious that NFTs are here to stay, and that it's only the beginning. And everyone is saying we are super early, and I really believe this is true, because you just have to talk to your friends or your family, and most likely the vast majority of them never heard about NFTs. And what I believe is that quality projects will do well in the future. And so even if it's a bear market, what we do at World of Women, we continuously build. We have grow our team. We are now 7 people, and we are continuously building and developing the project. And we believe every project that are doing so will be successful in the middle or long term.
Well said, brother. I'd have to agree with that sentiment. I think a lot of people, a lot of collectors were dissuaded with this sentiment of a bear market, but in fact, it was just people were becoming more particular with what they collected. It wasn't about minting every project. Now it's about finding really amazing art, really amazing teams behind those collections, and really awesome roadmaps. And I think Smiles is actually the greatest testament to that, right? Like, Wahid, I don't know if I told you this, but I was at the Metaverse HQ Gutter Cat Gang RSOP party here in NFT NYC, and that's when the public sale for Smiles actually went live. And catch me on my iPhone, literally with so many people around me hitting mint like crazy, telling everyone, guys, it's this project, it's amazing, you have to mint with me, let's go. I'm yelling at everyone is sort of not paying attention, and lo and behold, a week later, Smiles is trending top everywhere you look. And I think it's just a testament. I don't necessarily think it's a bear market. I think people just got more particular about what they collected, and they gravitated towards incredible art, and naturally Smiles sold out. So say with that what you will. I think that I think we're all in a great position to, again, help each other succeed, and we want to keep more conversations like this open. I think the intention behind this spaces and the fact that we're sharing our origin stories was so we can all get familiar and acclimated, so the next time we host you guys, it'll just be a conversation of what's new, what's happening, what's next, and we can keep flowing. And on that note, we can keep flowing. We've got our IR fans here to speak. Thank you, brother. You've had your hand up the entire spaces, all 51 minutes, and we appreciate you. Did you want to maybe share a thought, ask a question to the handful of amazing artists you've got on the space here today?
Oh, I was eating the whole time listening, but I just say, Wahid, why 3D, brother? Like, what inspired you to use 3D? And yeah.
Hey, Irfan, how you doing, my brother? To be honest with you, I think the last time I made art before all of this was probably when I was like 7, or maybe like somewhere 7 between 11. But I didn't really do art until I think it was like the beginning of the pandemic, where I kept seeing, like, I was on Instagram following Complex and all that, and I kept seeing these some artwork from people. They would like recreate these album covers like in 3D, and I'm like, oh, this is cool. I don't know how it's done at all. So I would follow those pages and be like, just because they were doing like pop culture remakes of like my favorite covers, right? And it was all stems from music. And I was like, this is really cool. Like they could take something and reimagine it. And I knew like I could sketch a little bit, but like I never really did, and I knew like that was not my strong suit. And so I was like, I follow those people, and I think one of them posted like on their story like the program they use, and I downloaded the program. It was a free program, so I'm like, let me just mess around. So this was the before the pandemic, but I downloaded before the pandemic. I tried opening it. I made a donut, but then that was it. I'm like, this is cool, but then I didn't really get a chance because I was in school, and then the pandemic hit, and I was like, let me just mess around with this a little bit more, and it's something that was like, oh, this is cool. It's turned into like a couple nights, and then a couple weeks, and then a month, and kind of all picked up. So I don't know. If my mom sometimes comes to me, is like, what made you do this? She asked me. I'm like, I don't even know. It was just a matter of like, I saw that was, I guess, the most accessible thing kind of that came to me because it was like free and all that. I was a college student, so I'm like, I'm not paying for anything that has like like a barrier to entry, but here we are now. So
Yeah, dude, I love your work, Wahid.
thank you, Irfan.
My good friend.
I love you, bro.
I love you, bro.
I'm browsing one right now. So
We
cool.
love the art. I'm sensing a vibe between you two, by the way. Do y'all know each other in person?
Yeah, yeah. He's a close friend.
I love
He's
that. A
a
homie.
phenomenal artist.
Yeah, I just want to
Bro,
say,
what's it
Mitch,
like?
you're doing an amazing job with this space. It's beautiful. It's such amazing information that's being given to everybody who, like, I'm sure there's a lot of new people to this space, and this is just beyond like helpful, you know?
Hell yeah, bro. Thank you, man. I actually have a
For sure.
question
Inspiring.
for you. I mean, if you knew, it sounds like you've known Wahid like IRL in real life, and I think that's the whole point of this is, we are both the metaverse, the physical and the digital are connected. What was it like for you to watch your friend, your homie, like, I don't know, just like succeed in the fashion that he's succeeding? Have you always known that this was going to be the case? Well, what's that experience like?
Dude, honestly, Wahid has just been a creative genius. Like when this first started, he would always speak about how things around him influence him, like music and just art in general. And to see him bring that into fruition is just magical. Cause like it's very difficult to build a community. Like I don't. I mean, building a community is like very hard, right? And for him to do that with like the right guidance by Geo and all of his other friends, like it's honestly just beautiful to see. Cause like knowing his story, where he's coming from, and the people that he's helping to along the way, it's insane. It's like a movie.
Well
You
said. It's like a movie.
kind of
Shout,
fun. I love it, but thanks. Yeah.
I love it, brother. Thank you for sharing. Um, that's incredible, man. Hope you have a superlative Sunday. We've
thank you,
got
you too, brother.
we've got kswag.eth, Metadukin. Welcome to the stage. If you'd like to share a thought, ask a question, feel free. QCat.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Evening, bro.
GM. Yeah, good
GM.
evening from Indonesia, I guess. Huh?
GM.
The only thought I have to share is that I got super FOMO when everybody in Discord was talking about smiles. And I looked at it, I was like, oh man, there goes another train. That's the only thought I have to share with this.
What about the art pulled you in? And what created that FOMO? Was it both the community and the art? Was it a combination?
Was that for me?
Yeah, it's for you.
Mainly because the metaverse. That's it. Like the moment I saw the art, and the metaverse has been trending for weeks now. instant FOMO, instant FOMO. So props, so much props to all Smiles. And keep going, bro. That's all we can do in this space. Just keep going, keep producing.
Thank you so much, man. Much love.
100% keep producing, keep making. It's only the beginning. I'll say this all the time. We're only getting started here. Thanks for sharing, K-Swag.
Well, I got a question. Since all the projects are so influenced by the physical world, I was just curious what some of the biggest surprises have been in the physical world. Because I know Superlatives, we have some murals going up, and it sounds like Smileverse, you're already so influenced by like New York and all that. So what are some things that you just weren't expecting whenever you launch your project?
I feel like for me personally, we could write a book on all of these different things. It's just been the space. I kind of wrote a thread about this the other day, but it's super. It attracted me so much because I'm coming from like traditional web. It's funny that I even said traditional at this point, but Web 2 startups. And you know, we all kind of followed that mantra of similar to Facebook, where you move fast and break things, and that's kind of what is going on in this space. And what attracted me so much is because, you know, it is the Wild West, and there's so many unknowns right now, but it's just exciting to be able to get into this and kind of help shape that future and steer what this space is going to look like. And that's kind of me personally just what excites me so much, because I love the unknown. I love not knowing what the next 2 to 3 months look like, because I said it earlier, but that's how you build something beautiful, because you're just testing a lot of different things, and you're taking the community feedback and testing more and seeing what sticks and hits the wall, and kind of just capitalizing from that point moving forward. Um, there's a lot of trials and tribulations. I know that. I'm sure everyone here can speak to it, but I'm just happy to be a part of it and being able to help even try to solve these problems that everyone comes across.
100%. Thanks for sharing, Gio. I hope that answered your question, Queso. We've got, is it Dasher, Digital Dasher?
Dasher. Yo,
Hello,
what up?
hello.
What up?
Yeah, what up?
What up, Gio? What up, Wahid? I just wanted
What's
to,
up, my
can you guys,
Dasher?
what up? I just wanted to say, somebody, when you guys was talking about the bear market earlier, I'm sitting here behind my phone and I'm like, yo, what bear market? Smiles literally sold out in like 30 minutes, you know? And
Fact.
somebody like kind of touched on it, so I just wanted to touch on it too. Before Smiles came out, you know, I was kind of like in a real like weird state with the NFT space. Like I was even on my way to like almost depression about it. Like I felt like I was lied to, you know, like I was in a bunch of projects, all of the projects was on their way to zero. And I'm realizing like, you know, teams are like, you know, almost selling us a lie. Like nobody's actually building, nobody's actually delivering. Not, I'm not going to say nobody, but for the most part, the general space isn't actually building or delivering. But then Smiles came along and kind of like saved the NFT space for me, and like what I thought about the NFT space. It kind of gave me a lot of hope in the NFT space and what like projects and teams can actually do. So yeah, I just wanted to give Wahid, Gio, Jake's not in here, I don't think, but Jake, Verified. I wanted to give them their flowers because you guys really like came through for me. I never really talked about this. You guys see me like fanning out over the project all the time. I'm kind of like a Smiles maxi, but yeah, like it really like, you know, kept me going within the NFT space, because before I found out about the space, like I was like extremely upset. I was aggravated. I was frustrated. Like I felt like I was sold a lie by like the overall community and stuff. But then Smiles came and actually did what I thought projects were supposed to be doing in this space.
I love you so much, Dasher. Thank you, my brother. And that, you know, I always say this with ours is like, we're in a no rush, you know, like that's why when we even approached it at the beginning, it was not a matter of like, okay, we need to quickly create this roadmap and keep delivering. I'm like, no, we want to take our time. We're not going anywhere. This is what I do for a living. This is what I'm going to be doing. Like, I'm here to stay, and we're not rushing anything. We're trying to make sure everything is done right. And, you know, from like just letting people know from the get-go about transparency and how we go about things, It's always been like the key focus on this. And we were kind of doing this. I'm gonna be honest. Me and Gio sat there and we were like, we did not expect this to be reaching the levels it did, because I was just like, oh, let's make really inspired stuff that we really get inspired by and put it out there, and to see the world react the way it does, it's extremely humbling. It's scary at times, but like I said, this is what I love doing. And it was not a matter of like, okay, I'm gonna drop this project and then now whatever, I'm gonna go do something else in my life. Like, nah, like no matter whether this project went well at the go when we released it or not, I'll still wake up the next day making art, because that's what I do. You know what I mean? So being able to be here and like see the reaction people are giving, it's extremely humbling. So thank you, Dasher, and everybody else that just believed from the get go, with nothing but art being on the forefront. So that means so much to us. Thank you.
Yo, bro, no problem. Thank you, bro. Like you really like you came into the space, you brought something new to the space, you brought something relatable to the space. You brought something that people don't have to force themselves to like or buy into. Like, bro, thank you for real. Like I really, really appreciate you. Aside from everything else you've done for me, bro, like what you brought to the space is one of the most like appreciative I am of like everything, you know, bro. Like you really, really gave me hope in things, and because the NFT space as a whole already like kind of I feel like saved my life. Like before I found NFTs, I was like in a weird state where I didn't know what I was doing next or where I was going or how I was gonna push myself and my art further. So then to have you come and then like push like what saved my life even further and actually like show what's the possibilities of everything. Yo, you guys know I have so much to say about the project. It's so much running through my mind. Like I'm trying to stay on task and stuff, but bro, just thank you, bro. Like the culture you brought to the space, the references, like it's crazy. Like just for one example, I tweet like lyrics here and there. I tweet like Drake lyrics and Jay-Z lyrics. And there's very few people that follow me that understand like what I'm tweeting. So sometimes they think I'm tweeting things out of my own mind. So I'll get like 10 replies as if it was me who said this, like people telling me, oh, this is so deep, this is so deep. And that's like cool because that's kind of like a testament to how early we are. Like everybody doesn't listen to hip hop or understand pop culture references and stuff. But the other day I was talking to somebody who also had a Smiles PFP, and I tried to like just say something random to him, which was a Jay-Z lyric, and he literally responded like the following lyrics, and we went back and forth responding to lyrics. So it kind of like confirm for me like what you're doing for the space, like you're bringing a lot of people into the space that actually understands hip hop culture and pop culture and stuff like that. So that was just a cool little like confirmation for me, like, oh shit, wow, like this project is actually doing what I'm feeling like it's doing, you know?
No, that's actually so beautiful to hear, because even when we were leading up to the project, we were doing these like stages on Discord where we would have like guess the song, we play snippets of the song, and just honestly seeing the diversity that we would play something from like I don't know, Big Pun, and then it'll be followed by like something from Playboy Cardi, and somehow the people will get both, and that's beautiful just to see like the range in the community. And there'll be songs that they played and I didn't know, so I would learn just as much as everybody else. And it's like that's beautiful to see that like it's so diverse, and like being able to like go on Discord and talk music for hours, because that's what I do with my friends all the time. We talk music, we argue. Music is subjective, but it's boring to agree to subjectivity. I love sitting with my friends and arguing about who the best artist is, when at the end of the day it doesn't matter. But we sat there for days and argue and argue and argue and argue, and like being able to kind of do that on like Discord, and who's your favorite artist, like why this, and like going back and forth, like whether it's the Drake and Kanye beef, whatever it is, like just like feeling like it's like hanging out with a bunch of your friends, and like that's kind of the goal of the whole project, of because it was inspired by a lot of like the stuff that I listened to, that I experienced and all that, and being able to find people that like relate to that, and uh you know lead with that, it's a beautiful thing. So Dasher, thank you for sharing that, because that warms my heart. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and just to let you know,
Well
bro,
said. Well said.
my bad,
And
but just to let you know,
Yeah.
Wahid, it was
Go ahead, go ahead.
it was the public service announcement song, literally the first Jay-Z song you ever heard. So that was even more
That's
like crazy. I was
amazing.
like, oh shit, this is wavy.
That's
Word,
Yeah, your voice is heard. Your voice is definitely heard.
yeah,
word.
and what he based on what you were saying, I mean, music is subjective, art is subjective in general, right? What do you think, or what's your thoughts basically to that people that says that NFT, and this is for everyone, right? You can jump in. People that say that NFT is not art, or they argue that the more traditional artists, in general, I think more. I mean, they're jumping more to NFT, basically because they are seeing that you can get a broader audience and stuff. But what's your thoughts regarding that? Like artists that says, or people that says that NFT is not art, or they argue about it.
For me, I've always made. Sorry if there's a little bit of noise. I'm trying to get in an Uber, so my bad if there's a little. But for me, it's always been a matter of, you know, I think it's always I've seen. It makes me sad to see it come from other artists in the space. Hey, how you doing? From other artists in this, not in this space, but just artists in general, about like how they talk about NFTs. Because I'm like, bro, this is the first time ever that as artists we get a chance. We've always been overlooked. We've always been undervalued, and for the first time we're given an opportunity, and we turn around and shit on other artists that like are taking that opportunity. I think the real scam is thinking your work can only be sold once and then you never see it ever again. I know a bunch of artists that make me. I made an album cover and I got paid once, and that album cover turned into merch, turned into that, and I had no say in it. You know what I mean? And being able to get control of your art and being able to be respected as an artist, a space that allows you to say no to commissions and do your own thing. That's power. That's power that a lot of artists I know say yes to projects. I was artists that say yes to projects just because of a dollar amount next to it, even when it didn't fit my vision or what I wanted to do. For the first time, we don't have to do that anymore, and it's sad to see people turn around and criticize the space, and it usually the arguments tend to come from a place of ignorance, of not understanding enough about the space, which comes back to us kind of working to make sure we educate them. And because I think Oshiny said this in a tweet a little while ago, and it was very beautiful. He said, like, for a lot of people, because we're the space, for us, we almost feel like we know everybody. It feels like a small high school where we know everybody in the space, but which means a lot of people interacting and trying to come into the space, one of us will be their first point of contact, and it's so important for us to be able to teach them, or at least guide them the right direction, and and making sure they don't have a bad experience. If you come into the space and the first project you buy, say for like $800, and then it goes to zero, I would be disappointed too, and I'm like, this is a scam. You know what I mean? But if we teach them and we allow them to have a good understanding of not just like, oh, here's how to buy NFTs, but what to buy, how to buy, um, letting them like spend time here and learn about the community before they just spend money, I think is so important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well said.
absolutely.
Well said. Yeah. Can you speak up
Well
about
said.
that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I believe the teams that build some successful projects, they have some responsibility to to educate new people who are joining the space, because as it was said before, the NFT space is currently the some kind of Wild West, and if you join for the first time, it can be super overwhelming because there's a lot of projects. If you listen to them, it's always the best project ever, and you have the FOMO as well, which is really hard to fight against. And yeah, you can be without, if you buy your first NFTs without doing research, yeah, it can lead to a very disappointing experience, and then you might leave the space. And we all know, all the people here know that it would be a shame, because the NFT space is amazing, and it can change lives. And so yeah, the goal, what we try to do, and is really to educate people, and as collectors and also artists as well, because we really believe that NFT is basically the modern version of art. It's just it's a technology. It's a medium, and artists who uh, artists who don't like NFTs are mostly not understanding correctly the space or the technology, and it's really we really have to educate them because I really believe it can change. There's room for everybody in this space, and it really can change a lot of lives.
So true. Well said. That's why I mean everybody here in NFT space got responsibility to share our knowledge because, well, like Uncle Ben said on Spider-Man, rest in peace. With great power comes great responsibility, and it is what it is that we have to share with others.
All right. I
Yeah.
think Throne, you had a question, right?
Yeah, GM. Hope everyone's having a beautiful Sunday. Well, at least it's Sunday in the US, um, and taking care of themselves. Yeah, I mean, this is for just kind of everybody on this panel who wanted to answer. Actually, mostly for Witjk, Arif, and Wahid, the artist. And I just wanted to ask, like, what are some of the this we harp on community, we harp on collaborations, we harp on just making sure that everyone is included in this space. And yeah, we've seen a lot of examples of that. And this is a question, that I think about, which is just has to do with like caring and sharing. Um, what are what is the kindest thing that somebody has done for you in this space?
So I'll chime in real quick, but it's honestly not necessarily for me. It's what I've seen in our community. The other day, actually, I think about a week ago, we had a community member get hacked and lose their only smiles piece. And they came in the Discord and were just very upset, and everyone was super warming and welcoming and just trying to help any way they could. But we also had another community member who only owned one smiles piece. And because the other community member lost theirs, they just transferred it and gifted it to him. And basically gave away the only smiles piece that they owned. And this person was someone who was couch hopping. I'm not going to tell their story in depth, but not in the best situation. They just went out of their way to help someone else in the community who got hacked and lost their piece. And it was just honestly beautiful to see because that's everything me and Wahid are hoping to foster within our community. It's genuine, authentic. We're here to help. We're here to support each other. And yeah, that's kind of just a quick snippet, but something that really hit home for me.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Yeah, I actually saw that happen too, and I was blown away because that goes beyond just, I think, just caring. That is sacrifice. And that's something we see in this space, especially from you all, from the creators every day. You all are sacrificing your time, sacrificing your energy just so you can make it work for the community. And I've seen this happen in some of the best communities, actually with superlatives as well. We had, I believe, Sherman actually give one of his superlatives to one of our members um, when this a similar thing happened, and it just blows my mind because when you put it in terms of ETH, it's who knows, like point 0.2, point 0.3, point 0.4, right? But when you put it into dollar terms, it is not a low nominal value. And to them, it just goes beyond the numbers. It's all about, hey, this is a real person behind this PFP, and they're a valued member, and we want to help this person out. And you can't. It's really hard to put a number on just that connection you develop with the people, and you all have done a fantastic job fostering that relationship. So, yeah, Digital Dasher, I know you have your hands up as well.
I don't know who that question was directed towards to, but I want to answer it. one of the nicest things. So I'm not gonna lie, I've had a few nice things happen to me in this space. Like I had my older brother donate me a toker from Crypto Canna Club. I had Gamo give me a foundation invite, but I also had Wahid send me a Smiles of my own because I didn't have one. I couldn't afford one at the time. And one day I just woke up and he DM'd me like, "Yo, check your wallet." And I checked my wallet, and it was the Smiles that has my PFP, and that was one of the nicest things somebody has ever done for me in life, but also like in the space. It was one like it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like till this day, sometimes I think about it, and I just have to check my wallet and make sure it's still there. But then, literally, maybe what 2 3 days after that, he also became my first collector of my NFT poetry. I have like poems as NFTs and stuff, and he also was my first collector. So like, bro, I'm just super appreciative of why he like I literally I talk about him all day to my in real life friends. I tell them like, yo, you guys got to get into NFTs, get into this project. He's from Pakistan. The first time hearing Jay-Z was in 2014. Like I'm just telling everything I know about him. Like, bro, I love Wahid, and he's one of the nicest people. And those two acts was one of the nicest things that ever happened to me in this space.
I love you, Dasher. And repoing a Smiles verse, repoing an NFT is hilarious. I love you, my brother. The least I could do. I think one of the best things I'm just gonna jump in. One of the best things I think and seen in the space is artists really in general. You know, it's like a broad example, but artists just supporting artists. Uh, you know, I feel like when I first entered the space, it seemed like artists were just like looking for collectors, and it always seemed like these collectors were these far-fetched people. You know, that we needed to find, but as I spend more time in the space, seeing artists realize that uh, there's no such thing as collectors. It's people that support you, you know, and these are your friends and peers that uh, invest in one another. Being able to see people, you know, sell a piece and turn around and then like go support other artists just warmed my heart. I think one of the biggest examples like it comes to mind is like when Drifter had his big sale. He turned around and went and bought like made huge bids on a bunch of black creators, and it really was amazing to see that uh, because we just see artists really uplifting other artists, and that's how it's supposed to be. Because you know, getting a like seeing an artist want your work, it's a little different. You know what I mean? Because especially one that you respect and you admire and all that. And for me, it's always been the same. And just hearing those stories and um, you know, instead of looking for this person that's somewhere out there, it's these friends and your peers could be your supporters, and I think that's just beautiful to see and see that narrative kind of change over the months as I've been in the space.
Well said, man. Thank you for sharing. Beautiful.
All right, we're coming up on like 90 minutes, I think. So maybe do you want to try to wrap it up and give everybody a platform to say what's coming up in the future before we sign off?
All right. Thank you so much for World of Woman, Smiles, and also everybody here that's present. Big shout out for everybody. Hopefully everybody have a wonderful holiday coming up soon. And yeah, like I said, everybody's invited to our gallery in Bali, which is it's gonna be on January, obviously, but yeah, that's the secret. It's gonna be on January, and so 2020 is open for everyone who wants to, like, let's say, promote their NFTs on the physical world. Hook us up, that's for sure, and stay superlative. And it's still COVID season, so don't forget to wear your mask at all times. Although you guys have already vaccinated and whatnot. Thank you so much for coming here, and maybe Pedro and Queso have another words.
I have just one last question for Wahid and for War of Woman, and I don't know if you can speak of what's on the roadmap for your collection.
Yeah, for me, I just wanted to say thanks a lot for having us. And as I said before, the next big step for the collection, for the World of Women collection, will be really revealed next week. And in the meantime, yeah, the full team is in Miami right now, and so if you are there, feel free to come say hi. We will be at the Central Con, but also at other events, and we are here mainly to connect with our community, and we would love to meet some of you guys. And yeah, thanks a lot.
Yeah, I also want to start out with just kind of just being appreciative of this opportunity to become and sharing the stage with so many talented people. With Smilesverse, we want to kind of bend the narrative of just airdrops. We want to do airdrops, but like, because that's kind of how I do my one-on-ones, and it's kind of trying to incorporate some certain traits and all that, and so that's going to be coming soon. And I won't reveal too much because we're going to have a little trailer and all.
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. Don't reveal much. But at least we have a sneak peek.
Yeah. And maybe quick word from Smileverse and World of Woman before we close this session for all the supporters and fans and whatnot, and everybody who's present right now.
Yeah. Really, we are really thankful for the community we have, and we said that many times, and as all Smiles said, we are here to stay, and we are not going anywhere. And so yeah, we are super happy to have such a wonderful community, and yeah, we just wanted to say that we are committed to build value for them and to really make the World of Women project go with the community.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just wanted to say
Smile.
thanks again, real quick, to everyone. Appreciate you guys having us here and kind of getting our story out and helping us share smiles to the world. So I appreciate everyone here, and yeah, just thanks for the opportunity. We wouldn't be here without the community behind us and getting us to this point. So it's our duty and our job to kind of continue to add value back to them, but also to the space as a whole. So I appreciate doing it together with everyone.
Thank you so much, World of Women, Smiles. I mean, Giovanni. Hope everybody got successful in their future project for sure. Fingers crossed on that, and hopefully we could do a collaborations, man, and also future collaborations, especially when our gallery is up and running.
Yeah, for sure. Much love, everyone. Thanks for joining.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great
Thanks,
day.
y'all.
Nice. So. All right, Pepper, Queso. Okay, they're all are. Thank you, everyone. Everybody who's here today. Thank you so much. Hope y'all have a good start on Monday. And peace out. Be sure to stay tuned on our next week's tour sessions. Peace out.